Hey, what's going on? My name is Anand. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create tag-based automation. This is one of the most commonly used automations in the email marketing industry. If you are someone who's already doing email marketing from a long time, you must be aware with the tag-based automation. But if you're not leveraging the power of tag-based automation, this is the right video to learn about it and how you can pretty much create any kind of automation just by using tag based automation. So I'm going to give you a lot of fundamental hacks as well, how most of the pro email marketers are actually leveraging tags for their benefits, right? All of that I'm going to be teaching you over here. But first of all, let's just go ahead and create a tag based automation. So for you to do that, just head over to the automation and click on add new. And this is where you're going to get an option to create a tag based automation where you can fire an automation when a tag is added, or you can fire an automation when a tag is removed. You have both the options. So we are going to choose the option as tag based. Now here we have an option to select a list. So I'm going to select a list of automation test list, and I'm going to use the tag as lead. Okay, so that is the list I've chosen, and that's the tag I've chosen, and I'm going to confirm this, right? And I'm going to call it as tag based automation. Get started. All right, so it's going to take us to the automation page. Now here you can see this automation will only be fired once you get a tag of lead. And now here we are going to perform some operations. So the very simple the operation we can perform is we can send an email. I'm going to put Anant, and I'm going to choose anant@sendmails.io. Okay, so this is going to be my from email. I'm going to select a track domain. All is good. Click on save and next. Click on start. I'm going to click on the blank template, email builder pro, and this is where I'm going to be using AI to write the email for me. Okay, so I'm just going to drag this text and drop it over here. One sec. So drag and drop this text over here. Now I'm going to use AI to write this email for me. So write a welcome email for the new leads of SendMails.io email marketing platform who came through website. Okay, so I'm going to generate, and let's see what are the kind of suggestions we are going to get. Okay, we got suggestion 1, suggestion 2, suggestion 3, suggestion 4. I like the 4th suggestion actually, but let me get some more ideas. So I'm just going to click on generate, and let's see what else we are getting. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what I don't like about this is that the proper gaps are not there, but yeah, over here there are proper gaps which is added. So I'm going to pick this, and we're going to add some sort of gaps over here. So let's have some spacing over here. Okay, all right. Now if you want to put your link, you can put your link over here, but I'm going to just keep it like this because my purpose is only to show you the demonstration. So I'm just going to save and close this, click next, and we are good. If you want, you can send a test email to yourself just to check if everything is good or not. So I'm just going to send a test email to myself just to see if the sending server is working fine or not. Yeah, so you can see I'm getting okay. That means everything is absolutely fine. So I'm going to close this, and that's it. The automation is now created. So what I need to do is I just get out of this, right? And let's go to my list. Okay, now I've already sent a test email to myself, so all these emails I'm going to clear so that we can get a fresh email as soon as a tag is added. So this is my list. Now there are multiple ways through which I can add the tag to this list. Number one, first of all, I have to create a contact inside of it. So I'm going to create a contact inside of it. I'm going to call it as test and save this. Okay, so I've created one contact inside it. Now I need to add tags. So there are multiple ways I can add tags. I can add tags via some other automation. So let's say any other automation is already in progress and I want to add a tag to this via the other automation, I can do that. I want to add a tag via API, I can do that. Or I want to add a tag um, manually, I can do that. I want to add tags in bulk like this, I can do that. But let me just go ahead and manually add a tag. So for this thing I want to add a tag. The name of the tag is going to be lead, right? So I'm just going to add the tag as lead. So as you can see, this tag of lead has been successfully added to the contact, which means that it is going to fire an automation. So for us to find out if the automation has been fired or not, we can go to automation. Okay, all right, so we made a mistake. We created the automation but we forgot to actually make it live, so the automation is not going to get fired. Yep, the automation is not going to get fired. You can see it's still pending because it's paused. So I need to turn it on. Click on confirm. Okay, we can come back here, go to list again, go to this automation test list again, view all. So we have this contact. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this again so that we can do it one more time. So I'm going to click on new subscriber. Let's call it as a test email. Save this. Now to this list, I'm going to this contact, I'm going to add this tag. So the tag is lead. I click on lead, click save. All right. So now if I go to the automation, you can see the email is successfully sent because the automation is working, right? So let me just open this and show you the insider as well. So you can see the contact was already enrolled. You can also look at the statistics. You can see the email was already sent, right? So all of that we can see over here. We can see the whole timeline of when the contact was added, when the email was sent. All of that you can sort it. You can monitor everything directly from the insight or the statistics. Now just to quickly show you whether we received the email or not, so you can see we got the email over here. All right, so the tag based automation is working absolutely fine. Now I want to show you some other way to add a tag to a contact, because right now what I showed you was a manual way to add a tag, right? Now what I can also do here is, let's go back and go back to the list, open this list, and we need to first remove the tag so that we can add this tag again. So we are going to delete this tag. Now as we come back, what we can do is we can select multiple contacts in bulk. For example, we can select it like that, right? Or we can select all items, which is going to allow us to select multiple contacts in bulk. Then we can click on actions, add a tag, and type out lead, right? So all these contacts are going to get a tag of lead. You click on save, and the same automation is going to be fired for all these contacts, right? So that's one another way to apply the tag and fire the automation for your contacts. Now let's try some other ways to apply the tag. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this contact and I'll be creating a new fresh contact, and then we will be applying the tag via API, via third-party tools like Pabbly or Zapier. So let's say I create a new contact over here, and this time I'm going to call it as SendMails. I save this. I've created a new contact over here. So the next thing that I'm going to show you over here is how you can add the tag via API. So you can use tools like Pabbly or Zapier, and you can make an API call so that you can apply the tag to this contact. So there are two actions that we will have to perform. One is search this contact by the email so that we can get the ID of this contact, and second is apply the tag, which is update the contact so that we can apply the tag. So we already have a API documentation that I've already pulled up here. Now first thing I need to do is search the subscriber. So you can see we can use this API over here, which is search the subscriber. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to come to Pabbly, and here you can see the action that we are going to be using is called as API. If you're using Zapier, again you can still use HTTP. It's known as webhook or HTTP or API. So there are different names given in different automation software. For Pabbly, it's known as API action, and for Zapier, it is known as webhook or HTTP, right? So the name can be different, but the action is going to be the same. Now this is where I have to put my endpoint. Okay, so this is where I have to put the endpoint. Now if you don't know how to use API, I have also recorded a video about using APIs, so you can go and watch that video. I'm going to put the link to that in the description below. Now here we have to pass the email ID. So to pass the email ID, I need to copy this and pass the email ID. Now in your case, this email is going to be a dynamic email, right? So you're getting this from the previous workflow. So maybe it could be someone booked a call with you and you want to apply a tag of book demo, or someone joined your community, so you want to apply a tag of joined community. So whenever someone joins your community or book a call with you via Calendly is going to give you the email that's going to be dynamic. So this you can always keep it dynamic, but for now I'm just going to keep it hard coded over here like this. So first thing that I'm trying to do here is that I'm trying to make a GET request. So I'm making a GET request. Now I also need API key. So I already have the API key handy with me. Coming here, I'm going to paste the API key. Now here I need to make a GET request. So I just need to remove all these parameters. I'm making a simple call, right? This is an API, right? We are making a GET request, and let's just save and send the test request. So you can see we got the subscriber and we also got the ID of this subscriber. So this is the ID of the subscriber. Now why is it important? Because next step we want to do is we want to update the subscriber. So this is where you can update the subscriber, and to update the subscriber, what is very important is the ID, right? You can see we need the subscriber's UID and email, so that we can apply things like subscribers tag or update any other field. So now we are going to pass the subscribers UID and email. So for us to do that, first we got this value. Now we are going to make another API call. So I'm going to search for API Pabbly. Again, this is something which you can do it inside Zapier as well. It's going to be the same thing which we are doing here. You just need to use the API workflow. Now here we have to pass the API endpoint, which is this one. So I'm going to pass this API. So I'll copy this and paste it over here. Now this ID has to be changed. So this ID we can fetch it from here. This is what I was talking about, right? So subscriber ID we got it from here, right? We got it from here, and we are going to leverage this ID over here. So if I want to leverage this ID, what I can do is I can go ahead and take this from here. I got the subscriber ID, right? Now the kind of request that we have to make here is a patch request. So over here we have to select that it's a patch request. We have to pass a JSON payload. Again, if you're getting confused about all these things, I've already discussed about this in one of my previous video. So I'm going to put this in the description below. You can watch that video to learn more about how we use APIs. But right now I'm just gonna take you through how we are doing this, right? So I need to add these parameters. So I have to first add the UID and the email. So I'm going to copy the UID and I'm going to pass it over here, and the same thing, same UID I need to pass over here. Alright, so the next thing I have to pass is the email. So I'm going to call email over here, and we get the email and we pass the email, right? Now we need to apply the tag. So we can do the tag, and the tag that we are applying is lead. Okay. Now we click save and send test request. So it says error authentication because we forgot to do the authentication. So let me just put the authentication key over here, which is API key, and then we have to copy the API key over here. I'm going to purge this API key so that this cannot be misused by anyone. So let me just put the API key over here and click on save and send test request. Okay, so you can see it says subscriber was successfully updated, which means if I click on this subscriber got a tag of lead which was not earlier added, and that is the reason why we received a new email, right? We just got this email at 1:53 a.m. because the subscriber got a tag of lead. So that is one way you can fire an automation whenever someone gets a tag of lead or whatever tag that you want to apply. Now the same thing can also be done when you want to remove a tag, right? So when you're removing a tag, you can build automation very similar to that. Just click on add new and click on remove tag, and you can do the exact same thing, but the way it's going to work is that instead of adding a tag, you're going to be removing a tag, and as soon as the tag is removed, the automation will be fired. So I've shown you three different ways to add a tag. One is manual, second is in bulk, third is via API, and fourth is you can add a tag through a workflow as well. Like I said, I have this workflow, and in this workflow I can actually use one action where you can add a tag. So this is the operation. So operation, when you click on this, you can tag a contact and you can say lead, right? So when any other automation is working, you can apply the tag lead, and as soon as this contact gets it tag of lead, the automation will be fired and the person is going to get an email, right? So there are 4 different ways which we have discussed in this video. One is the manual way to apply a tag, another one is to bulk tag application, third is via API using Pabbly or Zapier, and fourth is via the automation workflow. I hope this is going to help you build any kind of complex workflow. And if you have any question, drop it down in the comment below. I'll be happy to answer all of them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.